Oh, what up, y'all? It's your boy Knight2727, and we'll be playing a little WWE All Stars today for the Nintendo 3DS with the likes of Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, and why did they put Kofi Kingston on the cover? Anyway, since WWE 2K14 is coming out, some sources claim that it will be coming out on all platforms. So recently I found out that it will not be on the Wii-U. Now I'm not sure whether it will be on the Wii, because it's been on the Wii for, well, since like I think around SmackDown vs. Raw 2011-ish, somewhere around there. They did have 12, they did have 13, so they might have 14. Now the thing is that they need to make this deal with the Wii and then transfer it over to the 3DS, because they can just port that same version over to the 3DS. This is basically what this is, WWE All Stars. This is basically a port of the Wii version, if anything. I'm picking myself up. Okay, what I'm going to do is show you guys how to wrestle. And I mean, like, not all high flying in the air, because I know that there's most likely a chance that 2K14 will not be on the 3DS this year. And I feel that no console is complete without a wrestling game. So I'm going to pick a couple superstars that don't necessarily like to fly, high fly, and actually resemble to their character model without looking outlandishly buff or something like that. As you see, Bret Hart looks about the size of Bret Hart, Randy Orton. But if you see somebody like John Cena, then he's just way bigger. You know, John Cena's looking like Ryback right now. But I guess I'll toss an Edge. Now this is a fatal 4-way elimination match. Now with these matches, they usually bring in the camera a lot closer. You usually like to play in the old SmackDown arena. Alright, it's going to be a little difficult playing like this, but we got it. So, I mean, I like this game, but it's missing a few things. You cannot select your own finisher. And this would have been a lot better if you can just make a character and be able to pick every little move. Because there's a lot of moves in the game that don't actually do a lot of high flying. I found out that the grappler style, you can chain moves together, and they're all like just regular slams. So I've been doing that lately with Bret Hart. Just having normal matches. Alright, let's go. Now, boom, more wrestling slams like that. Quick suplex. Just chaining moves together. I'm gonna let that go, Randy. Nope, I want to fight Edge. I even found some super moves that don't actually fly in the air, like this. If you hold back and then you hit Y and B at the same time for Bret Hart, you do a snapmare into like a chin lock. A little brief submission, not exaggerated at all. And that's the only one that I do for him, because he has everything else flies up in the air. So let's keep with all the realistic moves. Hopefully I haven't done anything fake looking or anything like that. Let me see, Punk's almost out of here. This one's a little exaggerated, but you know what? is one of the best like moves that they have that looks authentic. I mean, I don't mind that. That's not too bad. The proportions are off anyway because the characters are really small and the ring is like 3 times the size than it normally is. But it's all good. That punt kick could have been more realistic looking. I don't know why they went that route and did a backflip. Alright, look, Punk's exactly ready to go. And here comes Randy Orton. They always do that. I'm not worried about him. This is how they always get their cheap shots on me because I don't want to be bothered with him right now. I just want to finish Punk. And Punk hits me with an RKO. Alright. I want to start chaining some stuff together. Randy's just stalking me over there. I'm trying to hurry up. Wait, what happened? I want to get him away from everybody else. Alright, I'll take it. Gotcha. I just like to put him in a realistic spot because when you hit him over, you know, there's no chance of him getting a rope break. You put it back. It's technically a KO, but he taps, so it kind of looks like he just submitted, tapped or whatever. So I like to do it like that. I'm about to get RKO'd. Thank you, Edge, for saving me. It'd be smarter to hit Randy with that. I'm gonna turn the auto tracking off my camera because it seems to be moving or whatever. Little Del Rio style armbar. So I mean, so far it's just basically been just regular wrestling, you know. Doesn't look over the top. Ah, darn it. Doesn't look over the top, you know. And these kind of matches kind of zoom in a lot more when you're all like next to each other. So you get a chance to look at it. But the main thing about the graphics for me is just that they look faded. Like I said, certain superstars look brighter than the others. And like Randy Orton, like just like the flesh tones. Ooh, spear. Oh, counter. Oh, Randy's hitting with a signature. Which might give him enough juice for a finisher. He might go for the RKO. Got it. He's going for it. Look at that. Look at the kind of stuff happens when you start wrestling real. That was almost like Predator technology. Alright. So, I'll just wear him out for a bit so I get my finisher. Start chaining some moves together. Nice little counter. Alright, so I got suplex. I meant to chain that. I'm sorry. Hate to do the same move twice. Darn it. Whoa, Randy, you're breaking the code. Relax. It's not in the script. No flying. Alright, hopefully I can get a suplex off of this. Yep. Almost looks like the Three Amigos. But then right here, you can always mix it up. I did something earlier, so then, you know, you can change it up at the end, hitting different buttons. Pretty much you can just memorize like the button roots of it. It's just like a chain grapple. If you hit this and that happens, hit that and that happens, you memorize your own combos. You know, there's a couple other stuff that he can do, but then you start looking like Kurt Angle. So it starts merging into German suplexes and rolling over. So it doesn't really seem like what Brett does, so I don't really do those. But he also has an oddly placed monkey flip. It's kind of weird. Alright, it's about time. What I do like is that how close the camera gets when you have a Fatal 4-Way elimination match and it's just you two. You know, you stretch it out a bit, have some fun, wrestle. and it looks different to me. You know, because the camera's just close up, you get to see them in more detail. Now in a regular one-on-one match, you don't get it like that, which is stupid. Alright, boom. I hate, darn it, didn't mean to press that button. I hate that move. Alright, set it up. I'm gonna say I probably just get him away from it. Probably do this fisherman. Right at the end of the match, you want to start this mess. This is a nice one. Ah, I broke it. Darn it. Airplane spin. He's just trying all the high flying moves before I get him off the match. He's trying to ruin this. Alright. Screw it, I don't care where he's at. He's gonna tap anyway, so I don't want to accidentally lose. Get a good shot at the graphics. Right there. That's always a little odd to me. If you just beat him by KO, why are you out there pinning him in a cutscene? Why wouldn't they just make it so there's a system where you can pin them too? Because I mean, a lot of the times KO just takes it out. Like if they're in critical and their bar is in like that faded red, they can like just be stunned or whatever and just have them laid down. So you turn the KO off and then you just go for the pinfall. But you can't turn the KO off. Stupid. Alright, and I'll do a one-on-one match. And this is just something. So basically, I think that WWE 2K14 will be like, I guess like, if you port the Wii version over to this exactly how it is, and just maybe just do like an update on the character models, like actually put some real detail into it. Because like, I say Jake the Snake Roberts and let's say, where's the Ultimate Warrior are the best looking character models. You know, some people like Randy Orton who look really faded. And it's just like, it's just a flesh tone, you know, it's just like, it doesn't look like there's detail in the face. You know, it's just like a faded out graphic, like it's just not polished, that's the word. I actually looked up the HD version of Chris Jericho because I was wondering why the whole like top of his head, like all the way to the back, was just a different color, the blonde color. And it was just the front, like the tips right there are actually just a little lighter. So they kind of got lazy on the character models is what basically it is. Who else do I like to play as? It's not all fake. Acting. It's not too many people. I believe it's Drew McIntyre. Matter of fact, it's this guy. That's a Michael Hayes. Alright, so somebody smaller, probably do Randy Orton, maybe? No, he's tall. Matter of fact, Mr. Perfect's the character I'm looking for. Sorry. Alright, Mr. Perfect, and I'll go after old school Shawn Michaels. Let's see. So, really disappointed. I think that the paint tool would be way better on the touchscreen. I'm sure people hate doing that on the analog stick. And I mean, what you could do is have Street Pass, so you exchange these logos. So let's say Kurt Angle's still not going to be in the game next year. I can design his tights and all that. You know, or maybe it has a front facing camera, the 3DS has it, so maybe I can take a picture of myself and scan and face it. You know, have a little feature like that. But what you can do is just get a picture and put it in front of the camera and then scan the face on, so you can like share these things just like how they do on the internet. You know, but that's something that the 3DS has that they can still be lazy and not put it online. So at this point, like, I'm starting to think they have no excuses for not putting it on. I don't care that they went bankrupt. You still got the Wii version, which shouldn't existed. Like 2012 should have been the last time. WWE 12 should have been the very last one. And they should have just transferred it over to the 3DS. I thought they were going to port it late, because this is a late game. This was very late. This is even on the PlayStation 2. It was on the PlayStation 2, the PSP, the PS3, the Wii, the Xbox 360, and what is it? I think that's it. And now coming to this. So that was on everything else. Everything else. So why would anybody buy it? And then they release it on the same day as WWE 12, which was like the big revive for the wrestling series, because you have the Predator technology. Everything's just like different, you know. You can get hit with an attitude adjustment, you elbow your way out of it, and then just hit the RKO. You turn them around and hit them with it. You don't have to do a strong grapple and then wait for the animation. It just all flows. And this kind of flows a bit too, so I have to give this game credit, because you know, you can just do stuff and this all looks like wrestling. It's mainly with the grapplers. Just chain certain stuff together to who you are. It's like these grapplers just have the most realistic moves, and it's like once they slam them, you actually see them transition, find different ways to put them out, depending on the position. I'm not sure Mr. Perfect has any moves that I don't want to do. I haven't picked him in a while. Alright, one wouldn't hurt too bad. Oh wow, that's normal. That works. And that's the same position as Bret Hart's one that I always do, so I'll be able to remember that. Oh man, Mr. Perfect. Got all the moves right now. Yeah, another thing is that if you create a character, you can't actually pick the DLC's moveset. So not only can you just not have a moveset from scratch or whatever, you have to put up with just the default roster. So the DLC people you can't pick, because like Drew McIntyre has a normal moveset that I could pick for create a character. Is it another disappointing thing about this game? Was it that you can't make two created characters and have them in the same match, only like one at a time, which is stupid. Maybe I wanted to pick one and then like remake somebody who isn't on the game. But no. Messing up my fatal 4-way matches. I didn't think he was going to counter the Perflex. I was salty about that. Alright. Oh, perfect. Yeah. See, it was kind of like a wake-up taunt, but I was a little hesitant because it don't always work for me. No. Just kind of look away. Alright. Those are just a couple of matches. Because when I play like this, I feel like I'm playing a normal wrestling game. And the characters, like the camera zooms in closer for fatal 4-way matches. And when you actually wrestle normally, like the AI kind of follows on. It's just like depends on who you pick. You know, even sometimes I put Shawn Michaels in a match and he doesn't really fly around like that at all. He just chain wrestles. So I like doing that because AI kind of catches on and mimics what you do a little bit. So I mean, this game isn't bad at all. It is really a gem, kind of. I know I gave it a harsh review, but it was so much. You know, you have Expedition, you have Standard, Tornado, Steel Cage, Extreme Rules, Elimination, which goes up to Tornado Tag, Triple Threat, Fatal 4-Way, and even a Handicap Match. They got a lot of stuff on there. In Score Scramble, you just wrestle, do a lot of different moves, stay fresh, and then you get more points. Whoever has the most points at the end wins, or you can do whoever has the most points by X amount of time. And in Gauntlet, you just pretty much like the slobber knocker. You know, the slobber knocker on a go. Man, I haven't seen this since like the PSP. The slobber knocker, you get to just go wrestle everybody that's on a roster, including the DLC people. And they have like little challenges that pop up on the touchscreen every now and then. If you beat this guy with a KO or you pin this guy or something like that, then you get your life back. You get a life bar back. So it's a little bit different, but it's still good. It's really, really challenging. You can't set the difficulty. It gradually goes up. So it's pretty much for if you master the game. So that's like the final challenge. There's the Path to Champions, which you can select a path, a road to WrestleMania or the road to the pay-per-view against Randy Orton, The Undertaker, and then you have a tag team one against DX. Fantasy Warfare. Oh, they're playing the Rock's music in the back. Right? You know, they show real clips. You get to see all this, you know, real things from the show, the pay-per-view. And these matches are set up, you know, what will happen, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, it kind of sets it up. They even have The Rock. This is the only game that I can think of that actually has The Rock saying, "If you smell catchphrase" in the game. Disappointed WWE 13 didn't have it. But I mean, that's that. You can make your own wrestler, which is there. You know, just be happy that it's there on your handheld. This has commentary, and you know it's authentic when they play music in the background. The superstars like music. If you think back, the older games didn't do that, so it kind of feels like new. You know, this is everything that the other versions have, even including new game modes with all of the DLC included. And there's even a cheat code where you can just hit it and get all the DLC unlocked. People have different outfits. This is a very decent game. You know, just you have to figure out who to play as and just not do that high flying stuff and that actually become a different game. You know, and I'm disappointed that The Rock is one of them big guys that don't really like playing as him because it doesn't look like him. And very mad that he has a thin outline of red on The Rock as a color, and then his alternate outfit is just all white. That is the laziest thing I've ever seen in my life. You have people like Rey Mysterio. Looks like that. He has a gold attire, then he has the white, green, red, and then boom, he really pops with the red. You know, people have different outfits, punk, black, yellow. But that was just like the laziest out of all of them. I was hoping that this is current day Michaels. You see him with the 5 o'clock shadow. He looks older, and then you have a whole nother. This is before Attitude Era Michaels. This was back when the teardrop suplex was like his finisher back then. Back on the days of Sega, WWF Raw. Like that was the game back in the day. So it's like I was thinking that they should have done that for The Rock, at least like the ones that they showed in the clip for Fantasy Warfare, like the 2002 Rock, you know, where he was the undisputed champion, like that era Rock, the one where he fought Hogan at WrestleMania 18, and then you know just cut his hair, cut his sideburns, give him a different haircut, you know, different outfit, something, or different like design of the logo. It's disgusting how lazy they are. But, oh well, that's just my WWE 2K14 for the 3DS rant. Once again, I'm NCDITE2727. Thanks for watching.